out of my hands.
Right, so who is the power that's going to deliver you out of my hands, man? He's asking the question, man, because at this time, Nebuchadnezzar is still puffed up. Go ahead.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
Right, so if the Lord's will, and that's what he has set up, he's going to deliver us out of this, man. The same thing, mindset that we have today, man. If it's Yahweh Shemel Shai's will, he'll stop that guillotine. He'll jam the guns in the firing squad. All right? That being waterboarded won't affect you. All right? He'll lift up the standard. But if you're the one to be one of the martyrs for the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai, so be it, man. You'll be one of the first ones raised up when the chariots come.
And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
Right? He's going to deliver us, man. But it's all just what Yahweh Shemel Shai. They will be submissive to that power.
But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods.
Will not be it known. Hey, you got to be put to death, so be it. But we're not bowing down to your wickedness, man, to what you have set up. We're not worshiping your gods, man.
Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Right, we're not going to worship the golden image which thou hast set up, man. And if you actually tell people he's talking about. But that was the point, man. That's what that Romans 13 is talking about. All right? You render unto Caesar what is unto Caesar's, but you also render unto the Most High's what's the Most High's. You don't bow down to any of these false gods and other images, man, and conform yourself to this society. All right? You do what you got to do to keep you pushing. All right? But at the end of the day, it's all about the work you have by Shemel Shai and believing on that.
That's right. And it's all about worshiping Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because all of these things were prophesied from a long time ago, that it's going to be just how it is now. So, I mean, we can only, what do they say? We can bring the, I don't know, cow to water, but you can't make it drink. Yeah. We're just telling you the truth. To get the blood off of our hands. But what you do with the truth is up to you. You can cast it behind you, you can put it in your pocket, or you can say to yourself, damn, they right, I'm gonna get out here and serve the true power. It's all up to you. But our people are this way. And there is nothing that we can do, that the so-called white man can do, that any entity on this earth can do. It is what it is. 2/3 of our people are gonna go down. These other nations, they're about to take a major fall. That is what that is. But we're out here trying to show you the right way, trying to show the elect the right way. Salah. Can I get Deuteronomy 31 and start at 16? But y'all go ahead with y'all precepts.
Okay. This is Sirach 4 and 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
That's one of my favorite scriptures. If you striving for the truth being the truth of Yahweh Shemel Shai, not the truth of America, not the truth of, I don't know, Russia, or the truth of the Baptist church. You got to strive for the truth of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And let the Lord expose all things to you. Because once you go in that way of the truth, you get that light. And that light exposes everything. And you start to see the world for what it is. Not for what they want you to see and what they don't want you to see. You get to see it all. You get to see the stuff that the elites are trying to hide from everybody. That was it on that one.
It's Baruch 6 and 4. Thou shalt ye in Babylon gods of silver and gold, of wood, borne upon your shoulders, and cause the nations of fear. Beware therefore that ye in no wise be like heathen strangers, neither be afraid of them. When ye and the multitude before them, behind them, worshiping them. Like they were talking about Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar making you worship these idols, these golden images, you know? So the Lord telling me, talking about, hey, don't be afraid of the images, do not worship them, you know? And this is verse 6. Verse 6. But say in your heart, that means your mind, oh Lord, we must worship thee, for angels is with you. And I myself care for your soul. So you're supposed to worship me. You can't be afraid of them. Because why? Because the angels are with you. Yahweh Bashem is with you, man. You can't be afraid of what they're talking about, like how it is. You can't worship the image of the beast. You can't worship him, man, because you know that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is always going to be with you. He don't care for your soul, man. If you're doing this work, he don't care for you. So keep pushing this damn word, you know?
And be courageous. It's a commandment from Moses and from Joshua to be courageous. Get that from Joshua 1 and 9, I believe. Are you holding another one? Do you have a precept?
I'm mine. I got what you had.
Get that real quick just to back up what you were saying. It's a commandment to be courageous. Now, when you presented with the opportunity to sell your soul for the devil, for Satan, for whatever, and you're supposed to be courageous and have no fear in the eyes of Satan and say no. Just like we had the example in Daniel. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they said, no, look, man, there's nothing that you can do. I'm following Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and I'll be delivered because I'm on the side of righteousness.
All right, this is Joshua 1 and 9. Have not I commanded thee, be strong, of a great courage, be not afraid, neither be not thou dismayed, for the Lord thy power is with thee. Whoever
the Lord thy power is with me. Go ahead and finish up.
is whoever is with thee, whoever so that goes.
So what are you scared of? You start doing music, for example, people start liking it, people listening to you, and you get a little stature. Next thing you know, now you got the so-called white man coming at you about being on that next level. Have no fear of denying that so-called white man. Say, no, I'm not trying to be on top of the world. I'm trying to just enjoy myself and do some music. My family enjoys it, my friends enjoy it, and the people that come to see me in these local shows, they enjoy it. They enjoy it so much that they pay me. And I'm making, $3,000 a month. So I got my apartment all based off of this music that I'm doing. I don't need to be sitting on top of the world. I just need to be, making a cool living and doing my thing. So no, you can keep all of that extra stuff that you're trying to put on me. You're trying to get me to sell my soul to you. No, I just want to enjoy this music. Now just imagine if all these artists were doing that. We're turning away the riches of the so-called white man and saying, no. I didn't come to do that. I just came to rap. I didn't come to do all that. I just came to sing. I didn't come to do that. I just like acting.
For example, you got this guy named you got this guy named Chance the Rapper. I got some admiration for the guy because he hasn't signed no contract. He said he don't want to do that because he know the BS that goes on. Now, granted, his father is like some type of he was a right-hand man to Barack Obama, what have you, but he said he wasn't into signing no contract because they don't do nothing but rip you off and don't get you what you need. So what the brother's going through is beautiful, man. You don't need to be on top of the world, bro. On top of the world, also Satan is waiting on your ass. Okay?
That's real. And then, you get to a certain stature, and now they want to write the music for you.
Yeah.
So everything that you're saying is coming from the devil's mouth. That's another way of selling your soul. It may not be just, getting raped and things like that. It may be that you'll make all this money if you let this wicked so-called white man write all those lyrics that have hidden codes and messages in them to devour the people that are on this side.
Deuteronomy 31 and 16. Deuteronomy 31 and 16. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up.
Because this was around this time Moses was about to pass on, and the people and the Most High was telling Moses, man, these people, this is what they gonna do. Just as it says in Deuteronomy 28, 15 on down. These people are about to be the most wicked people on the earth. Go ahead.
And will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land whither they go to be amongst them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them and will hide my face from them.
And will hide, the Most High is hiding his face from the people in the sun. That's why you see them in the state that they're in. That's why you see them out here getting beat up at the Goop hair place like the brother brought up earlier. That's why you see things like World Star Hip Hop. And all you see on there is the wickedness of the people on this side. From Judah on down to Issachar, it's all on there. The Most High is using these things to expose the wickedness of his people. So in the day of judgment, There's nothing that you can say. What can you say? This is what you did. This is what you stood for. From the children to the women to the men. This is what you stood for. And you're going to have to take these losses. Major losses.
And they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall be, Salakia, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us because our power is not among us?
You're not going to ask that. You're not going to say, damn, is all this happening because of the Most High? Our people are just totally bugged out to where they think the Most High is that so-called white man. Cesare Borgia. That's when they think of the Most High, they thinking of that. They thinking that somebody looked like one of the AC/DC members floating around in the sky. So far gone that, man, is Jesus with us? Is Jesus gonna help us? Damn, we do all this in the church, but where's Jesus at?
You ever notice that's when they always say, Lord have mercy, but everything that they say, or anything that can happen, oh, Lord have mercy. They can see a little, any kind of situation can happen. Because they know that the Lord ain't dealing with them, man. That's in their spirit to say that. That's very spiritual. Our people are the main, you really don't see Esau say that. You know what I'm saying? It's very spiritual why they say that. Because our people have a zeal according to, they have a zeal without according to knowledge.
That's right. They have a zeal according to Cesare Borgia. They have a zeal according to Satan. Everything that they're going after is based off of fulfilling a lust. That's right. You go to church so that you can get what you want. You don't go to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They go to make sure that they can get that car, that house, get that woman, that man, and so on. They don't go to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. True. They go for the benefit of some kind of gain in this world. But that's why the so-called white man, that's why the so-called Ammon, all of them, or Japanese and all that, that's why they go to church. That's why they worship, for the benefit of their own heart. That's why they bow down to Buddha, because they're looking for something tangible. Something that looks good on this earth. But that's not why we worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushua true. We do it because that's what we're supposed to do. That's right. We don't look for no gain as far as material stuff. We accept whatever the Lord gives us. Period, point blank. We're not looking to be high stature in the material world. We're looking to be high stature in the spiritual world.
Remember that boxing thing we was watching last night? You asked was they looking for did they see Jesus Christ in that figure? Chocolate. He had that Jesus de Cristo, and that's the first thing that brother said. He said, I wonder who they think was Christ in the midst of that victory.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They answered the question. They did. They had the guy had the headband on, said something about Jesus Cristo. Yeah. And in the midst of his victory, that's who he worked. That's who he gave all his credit to, right? But you're gonna have to they're gonna have to answer for all of that stuff. For worshiping Mary and so on, you're gonna have to answer for all of that. That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, and that they are turned unto their gods. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel.
That's right, and these books are witness against the children of Israel. The Deuteronomy 28:15 on down, that's a song to witness against the children of Israel. What Joshua said in the 24th chapter, Joshua said, didn't you, O nation of Israel, make this covenant with the Most High? Nobody made you do it. You said, yeah, we're going to go with it. But now that you went against it, you're going to have to deal. Like it says, the Most High turned his face against you. So now you just out here living. You're not even really, in my opinion, a human. You're just a beast walking around, going after every single lust. When you're hungry, you don't care what you eat. You eat anything. From the roach of the sea to roach on the land, you'll eat anything. People eating raccoons, rabbits, all kind of stuff. You're just a beast. That's how a beast in the field are acting. just scrounging around. I'm hungry, and just start grabbing stuff and putting it in his mouth. But that's what you've been reduced to. But the elect, we want more than that. We want the truth of the matter. So we follow after Yahweh Shai because we understand that that's the power that created everything. A block of wood, that didn't create nothing. That's just a block of wood. A gold calf, that's just a gold calf. They didn't create anything. You can go and pray to it, but it ain't gonna do nothing for you. Like the scriptures say, it can't even move itself. It can't clean itself off. It's just a dirty, dusty statue. You wanna say something?
Now, what we're talking about, they ain't gonna save because they're just standing still. They're statue. They just standing still. They ain't gonna save you, you know? Only how about you not tell you only? He's the only one that's gonna save you, you know? Where all this is happening throughout the whole earth.
That's right.
And that's why when Daniel, when battling the dragon, that's why Daniel did that test. You know what I'm saying? Like he was pretty much, he was laughing. He was laughing at the people in there that was like, you know, praying over there, praying to the statue. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, look, this statue ain't gonna do anything for you. That's why when he went, that's why when he did the test and he put the powder on the ground, he seen the little footprints, and all the people that was over there, and the people that went in there and ate the food, you know, they got killed. Because it goes to show you, man, these idols aren't, they can't speak, they can't eat, they can't drink. You know what I'm saying? They don't do anything. They're all creation. They people worship the creation rather than the creator of the wood or the stone. You know?
That's right. And in that verse, I believe, it said, "Be not dismayed." Jeremiah 10 talks about being not dismayed as well, and it's talking about being not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed. We didn't have to worry about those things. We understood the times, especially from the tribe of Issachar. The tribe of Issachar was great in discerning the signs of the times, so we didn't have to be dismayed at something like the eclipse. The Gentiles, they see that stuff and they like, oh man, it's all over with, man. The sun, the moon, and the earth lined up. Oh, this gotta be it. Right? But we're not supposed to be dismayed at those things like that. We're not supposed to be dismayed at the winter coming. The heathen are dismayed at that. And they have to go pray to a tree to be able to get a good harvest, to make it through the winter. We're not dismayed at that stuff because we have Yahweh Shai.
That's right, that's right. Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the Most High and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
Know him that is. Out of the good things, all the things that are going on earth, every day that you've been alive, the sun has come up. Every day that you've been alive, after the sun goes down, the moon comes up. And you look at those things and people just look at that like, whatever. That ain't nothing. That's just supposed to happen. But that's the mastery of the Most High. You don't, like I always say, you don't even know if your car is gonna start in the morning for you to go to work. But the Most High has that big ball. I think the sun is made of helium and other gases that continuously burn and haven't been out. For example, your whole life. But you don't even know what's going to happen when you get to it.
Sirach 43:27. We may speak much and yet come short, wherefore in some he is all.
He is all. The Most High is in all, knows all. But what are you? You just a pawn in the game, thinking that you're something like the Most High. But all you trying to do is fulfill all of your lust. Everything that pops into your mind. So bad to the point where you got some men that'll be sitting there watching porn all day and let the whole world pass them by. Women will do it too. You'll miss out on great opportunities in life just to fill out your own lust.
Idleness come much with it. I will go back to Wisdom of Solomon 13. I'm going to start back in the middle of verse 1. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster, but deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be gods which govern the world.
For example, you have the Romans and the Greeks. They had a god for everything. They had a god for wood, for that plant pot back there, for the plant, for the dirt that's in the plant, for the trash can, for the concrete. They had a God for everything. But not understanding that there's one power over all these things. Period, point blank. Go ahead.
Verse 3. That's why I can verse 3. With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is.
That's right. The Most High that created the flowers of the field, the sun, the moon, beautiful trees, the waterfalls. The Most High is more beautiful than all those things. You looking at the flower and bowing down to the flower. No, man, you bow down to the creator of those things. Period, point blank. But you people are so far gone in your own lust that that's how you end up doing it. You looking for something tangible because the flower's there. That's what you want to worship. But that's the Most High put that simple mindset on you. We look at the flower and say, yeah, the flower's beautiful. Well, how much more beautiful is the creator of all those things? Because as the seasons change, that in the spring, that flower comes up, makes it through the summer, and then when the fall comes, that flower dies out. But nobody has to touch nothing in that field. As soon as the spring comes back, it comes right back up. And nobody did anything, nobody touched it. That's just the beauty of the Most High. This is his work. This is his claim. We can't create nothing like that.
Continuing on verse 3. For the first author of beauty hath created them. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them.
That's right. How much mightier is the Most High than the sun? Well, a so-called white man will try to tell you all the different things about the sun, but he really don't know. It's all speculation, matter of speculation. The sun, the moon, the stars, it's a matter of speculation. How much more greater is the Most High that knows all of this stuff in and out about it? The scriptures say the Most High has counted the hairs on your head. How much more greater is the Most High than all these things that these people worship, that they go after?
Verse 5. By the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably the maker of them is seen. But, verse 6. But yet for this they are the less to be blamed. For they peradventure err seeking the Most High and desirous to find him. For being conversant in his works, they search him diligently and believe their sight.
Go ahead, keep going.
Because the things are beautiful that are seen. Howbeit, neither are they to be pardoned. For if they were able to know so much that they could aim at the world, how did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof?
Right, so they, like I said, they know the sun is made of helium and this, that, and the other. The moon it has this certain type of rock on it. They try to tell you things about the bottom of the sea. But in doing all that, they never got to reach the point that the Most High has blessed us with, to understand that all things are created by the Most High, and a rock is not to be worshipped. The Creator is to be worshipped. They went through all the beauty and made all the books, but going through all the details, they never were given the truth about Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. They weren't even given the name. Go ahead.
Verse 10. But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope, who called them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to show art in resemblance of beasts, or a stone good for nothing.
That's right. These people are going after things that mean nothing in the world. For example, the picture, the painting of Mona Lisa. I mean, the actual one, the real one, is going for millions of dollars. But we look at the picture. The average person looks at the picture and says, "Man, it's not. I wouldn't put that anywhere in my house." But these people go after things like that. They just take things and put it on a pedestal that mean nothing in the world. When it all goes bad, you can't eat the picture. You won't be able to sell the picture. It just turns into some stuff that you could probably use for firewood. That's right. And that's it. And once it burns out, it means nothing. But we go after the truth of the matter. The truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what's going to save you in times of martial law. in times of grave danger in your life. Go ahead.
Now,
You have a precept?
no. Now a carpenter that felleth timber, after he had sawn down a tree, be for the purpose, and taken off all the bark skillfully round about, and hath wrought it handsomely, and made a vessel thereof fit for the service of man's life.
That's right, like I said, that picture, that painting, or some kind of statue or monument. What's that one? Mount Rushmore. Did all that stuff with their hands. Well, what does it mean at the end of the day? Go ahead.
And after spending the refuse of his work to dress his meat, hath filled himself, and taken the very refuse among those which serve to no use, being a crooked piece of wood and full of knots.
That's right, that's all it is. A crooked piece of wood. All these things that these people worship, it's nothing. It means nothing. When the time, like 2nd Ezra 15 hits, what is that gonna mean? All these statues, all these monuments, all these cars, planes, and big mansions, what is all that gonna mean? Nothing. If you ain't got the truth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you have nothing.
That's right.
And taking the, I'll reread verse 13, and taking the very refuse among those which serve to no use, being a crooked piece of wood and full of knots, hath carved it diligently when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skill of his understanding, and fashioned it to the image of a man, or made it like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion and with paint.
Laying it over is like saying, like decorating it with silver and gold and just making it beautiful for the eye to see it. And when people see something beautiful, everybody starts to want it. The more people want it, the more value it increases it. Like I said, that picture of Mona Lisa. But what does it mean at the end of the day? It's just a painting, and it ain't even a good painting. It's just a painting, period, point blank. But they worship those things instead of worshiping the Creator. Not understanding that, okay, you gotta use paint to paint these paintings. You gotta, okay, how do you get paint? You don't just dig a hole in the earth and there's red paint. You don't just dig a hole in the earth and there's blue paint. But all these chemicals and things come from the earth that the Most High created. So, okay, an airplane, all these things come from the earth that the Most High created. Go ahead.
We read in verse 14, or made it like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion and with paint, coloring it red and covering every spot therein. And when he had made a covenant, when he had made a covenant room for it, set convenient room for it, set it in a wall, and made it fast with iron. For he provided for it that it might not fall, knowing that it was unable to help itself, for it is an image and hath need of help. Then maketh he prayer for his goods, for his wife and children, and is not ashamed to speak to that which hath no light.
Right, they do all that stuff. Prop, like it said, prop it up in the house, and that's what you pray to. That painting, that piece of wood, that gold statue. I believe the word is genuflect, which is to go down on your knee. You go down on your knee, and that's what you worship. That picture, that painting.